So welcome back guys to one of the Blender tutorial series. In this video I'm gonna talk about render properties, some of the graphic interface, and how to how you can export your renders and camera adjustments and lighting, some of them stuff. Okay, so first of all I would like to say that if you have first of all you have to see whatever your uh, you know your your PC is compatible of and what it can support, cause my well usually it defaults on EV, but the cycles is fast cause I have a GPU in it. So what you have to do is in the render properties you can just select cycles and select GPU compute. Even if you select these, this doesn't mean that the rendering would be so fast. You have to also go to your edit preferences and also have to select your both. If you do the both selection, it hardly matters for me for choosing or turning it off, because the speed just doesn't have much difference in it, but it's, I don't know. Okay, but if you have the graphic card you must have to select that. And cycle renders device, you have to obviously select the CUDA and Nvidia or graphic Ryzen or whatever it is for you. And memory steps, I already told you guys that it should be 64, so that you guys if you do something bad, then you can easily just go back and control Z 64 times, so that you can just recover your things. So you see over here there are so many things in render properties right now. You can easily just export your if I have to just you can just you see render over here, you can render an image, or that's just a shortcut key for F12, and you can render an animation also. Okay, so it's up to you guys. First of all you also have to select the folder where your render is gonna be going. Okay, for rendering you obviously need a camera, okay, and lighting stuffs also. So you need a scene light, world light, and whatever it is. Okay, so I won't be focusing that right now. I would be just going for simple sun. That would be just casting shadow towards, like that, like that. Okay, and one more thing, I just have to add a camera. Okay, wait a second, you guys might not be seeing the screencast keys, and I don't know what the heck problem with this. You just have to always do this so that you can see the screencast keys. And also I have to change the material of this plane. Is this plane selected? Yes it is. Why isn't doesn't oh, it doesn't have a texture right now. Maybe I should make it somewhat those, yeah, okay, that's good, so that you can see the key. Okay, so I go for this shoe. I also want to make an animation, so in this it is not an animation like it goes in like MP4 or format something. It like an image sequencing, so that one frame renders and then another frame renders, then another, it happens like that. Okay, so if you if you have this, you select animation, rotate at Z. Okay, that happened. And at this frame then you rotate it at Z, nothing much happens. But if you rotate it at like X, then it would be something of an animation. Okay, you see, yes, that's a cool nice animation, smooth and perfect. So if you see that and you have a camera, just if you wanna zoom out to your camera, press numpad 0. And if you have to go if you can't just simply move it by but just something like that. If you have to do, there is a way that you can do is you can just press G or maybe just Alt R, so that it resets the rotation on the camera, and Alt G to reset the scaling or whatever. Okay, to reset the scale you have to press Z, to position to G, and for the rotation R it's Alt, press Alt for everything. Now I will rotate it at, so this thing is so much complicated than rotating it X 90 degree and then moving it on GX. So this is so much complicated. So what you can do is press your numpad 0, which will zoom out you to the camera, and then you press the key. I don't know the name of this key. Okay, so then you can move it fast accordingly. By shift you go fast, by spacebar you just zoom out to the object. Okay, so by scroll you can adjust the speed. Okay, okay, so you see this thing over here. Okay, I have to delete the frames on this one. Okay, turn off that frames. Now if I see the camera is moving there, and if I press F12, so if you see over here, you can change the resolution of your images by, like, I have full HD. You can change it to 4K or whatever your PC supports. This animation that I have done in this timeline, you can change the FPS of it from over here. Okay, and for saving the folder, you see over here, and render animation. This render animation is an image sequence that will render in your folder, so you have to select the folder for that from over here, and just PNG, and this just, just default. If you want compression, it's up to you. I just like it 0 because it just, I like things to be much quality. Okay, so now we are in the render properties. So this is the max samples. Okay, so this is for the viewport, this is for this thing. Okay, you see, this 32 samples are for this, the rendering over here, and this 64 samples is for the image render that we press F12 for that. Noise threshold is up to you. You can make it like 0, so that you don't see any this noise. Okay, so you see there's 1000 in it. If I press 0, it will render it like so. Yeah, you see the noise is like kind of bit less now. I just don't care much about that. Okay, if you press denoise, and that now will take so much time to render, because now it will render like the full render images, so it will take time. Now you see there is no noise right now. That just makes the so laggy. And we go to advanced, there's nothing you must have to change about here. Okay, render viewport. Now we go to light path. This is lights. There's a difference. If you see, you have a max bounces 12. I generally use for these settings. I have changed them according to myself, or maybe they are default. I like them like this way. You can just copy paste. This is just light paths, the shadows and stuff, like the lights falling off, reflection and refraction. That's just up to here. Okay, motion blur is up to you. You can just simply go to motion blur. That will just do it when your animation is playing. It will just add some blur to it. This is performance. This is just normal to me. One more thing that I have in the sampling, I have made them 64 and 32. Default it would be like 1024. That is just too much. Maybe your PC can't afford that much, so I reduced it to 64. That is also a bit clear, but yeah, I don't see a much difference in like 64 and 128, so there won't be a much difference in 1028 because it doesn't have like much details. It's just simple cubes and stuff. So okay guys, that much for this video. I hope you enjoyed and find this video useful. Make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, then subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss Blender upload. Bye bye.